What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to the new Crisis robot with heavy corrosion weapons. That means heavy Hornet and heavy Viper, adding corrosion even to Titans. This is a Minos right there. You can see we're adding so much damage and corrosion, the dot effect just deletes him, right? This is one of those setups you can run perfectly and easily to take down Titans very effectively. Of course, you could also do this with a new test server weapon, Reaper, that as usual is way overpowered. Nothing new here, but those are older weapons and they still perform exceptionally well, especially when you have an enemy that has a lot of health and perhaps a lot of resistance. Fenrir's being one of them, right? Or obviously Titans, that normally you couldn't really deal a lot of damage unless you bypass their resistance with corrosion in a really grand manner, such as the Viper and the Hornet allows. And in this video here, we're gonna see both setups, starting here obviously with the Viper version. There's an Orochi up there. He goes into his stealth, maybe, yep, but it's too late, probably. I'm sure he's still gonna die from the corrosion up there, or I would assume so. And also you can see how long, okay, he didn't die, but it was close, probably healed. And you can see also how long the Viper is allowed to fire. It takes a long time before the Viper needs a reload, and the Viper focuses very accurately its firepower at 500 meters range, doesn't lose damage output to inaccuracy or so much, or very little, and also it doesn't require a lock-on. So the Viper is actually, despite being a bit of an older weapon, still really strong, especially when you run 4 of them. 4 Vipers are just going to obliterate, right? You guys always say 4 of anything is good, and it's probably true, but 4 of some things are better than 4 of other things. And Viper, I like it. I like these big balls it shoots. It looks so dangerous when you get shot by the Viper, and you also know that every second you get hit by it means more and more corrosion ticking even after you have crossed line of sight or ended line of sight with the enemy. So that up there is various different Crisis robots, but I'm in a very exposed position, so I'm not opening fire just yet. Now I am opening fire, adding all the damage to his last stand. Alright, that means despite his last stand, he's probably going to die. Yep, and there it is. I killed him through his last stand with the corrosion. And that really is what these setups are all about, right? Even if you do have like some resistance or even 99% resistance protecting you, corrosion goes through and bites away at it after he has... here's another Titan. It's a Minos. And he just had his reflector, I think, and even if he didn't have it, the corrosion bites through the reflector, ruining him right after. So, Titan is killed, this guy is killed, all of them are done. I swapped to the other target when I knew that my corrosion was going to eliminate the rest of that Titan, so I was able to basically take down both of these enemies. Although I didn't get both kills, but it was very close. So yeah, very interesting setup, lots of fun to play with it. Even flying Seraphs, for example, isn't really a thing. Like you can, and you're gonna see this right here, a flying Seraph. I'm exposing myself, I could have gone back into stealth, but I'm adding so much corrosion damage that he's like ticking, tack, and he's ticking down and dies. I lost my last stand in the process, but I knew I could survive it, and that was the point of this, right? Really interesting, and the fact that you can constantly go back in stealth, the Crisis robot is obviously also really powerful. Here we have, what is that? It's a Scatter Havoc Imugi coming in. Okay. Bye, dude! Nice landing! Have fun setting up that portal down there. I would have needed my last stand, but I don't have it, and he just kills me in like 2 shots. Because the Crisis is a real glass cannon. It's so fragile. But it's good. It's good that it is so fragile, because it would be insane if it wasn't. But remember, on the live server later, you have plenty of ways to make it survive way longer with drones and with modules and upgrading and everything. So yeah, we do have things like this also on the test server, but if you really want to make this thing survive and have a lot of HP, you can actually give it a lot of HP and keep it in stealth and alive for a long time. So here, just 5 or 6 more shots from my corrosion weapon. See how he's ticking? This is a Aoguang robot with heavy resistance in the air, and he was ticking down, and I only had like 1/3 or half of my clip ready at that time. So if I had been filled up all the way with my weapon, then I could have definitely killed him, no problem, in his ability. Also scorpions, right? I love it. I love shooting scorpions. He didn't teleport back soon enough, but if he had, he would end up with all the resistance, all my corrosion I'm adding to him back where he teleported back to. So he would just die there on the spot after his teleport back. And that shows so much fun. I was already looking forward to grilling that Seraph robot through his resistance in the ball, but unfortunately he actually left his ball mode and went into the weak Aegis version of him, where he can be taken down. But here we have a Harpy or something. I'm reloading still, which is really unfortunate, but there we go. Bam, 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 bam. Adding a few shots before he triggers the stealth that everyone, of course, has. I also have the beak drone, and the stealth meta is already really annoying the living hell out of me. Here we have an enemy Sharenga Titan that I'm hitting so hard with these heavy Wasp weapons. And he would have taken, I would think, another 30% or 25% of this damage from corrosion only, if he hadn't died at that point. But he did die, so I could not benefit much more from the corrosion I added. But imagine I could have, because that was a full clip of corrosion Wasp damage. And also here, adding so much of it to this guy, and he's just taking down. But he counter heals because he grabbed his shields, or scrapped his shields better. And now here, let me show you the problem that I talked about before. I'm at 500 meter max range, I'm attacking the enemy Rook Titan, and I'm safe, I'm playing careful, but it doesn't matter. He just jumps on me from 500 meters far, and he just forces me into a short range brawl and ends me immediately. It is so stupid when Titans can cross this much distance instantly. It's just, it's Warbots, it's just less and less fun with every update, man. But, yep, it's not me who's developing it, and if I was, let me tell you, I would change so much. But, yep, let's keep going. Okay, here's a... I hate when enemies get back in cover. I want to unload everything I've got on them and add all the sweet corrosion, and then I watch them die from it. But unfortunately, it's not gonna happen because they all walk in cover or they die. This is my biggest problem. My enemy always dies when I want to shoot them with corrosion. But yeah, those wasps really have a heavy alpha damage too. That's the reason. You shoot them. Look, there's a Minos or something. But I only have 4 shots left in there, so unfortunately couldn't fully add all of that. But yeah, the alpha damage provided by the Wasp weapon is very high. So you really deal like 80% or 90% of your damage from the initial hits. So he's entered into corrosion, into his stealth. Perhaps he's gonna... Yep, there it is. Woo! The corrosion did its job and took him down despite his stealth. I love it. That's really fun. Bam, bam, bam. Ugh, I only again 4 shots. 12 seconds reload on the Wasp, man. It's too much. It's too much reload, man. Seriously. If it was 8 seconds, okay. But 12, this is too much reloading. No weapon should have a 12-second reload. 12 seconds reload is an eternity. But hey, we're broke through the shell's physical shield and we're hitting him after. He got an instant HP restore back to 60%, and he's still, there is his player exiting his robot, died from the corrosion, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy, man. Seriously, that shell robot died 1.6 times and he had a physical shield, and we did all of that with just 1 clip of our Wasp. If it wasn't for the ridiculously overlong reload, these Wasp weapons would be played much more often, because it really is fun to play them and they're very interesting. But with this much reload time, it's the problem. The Viper perhaps is the better choice here, because although it does also have a long reload, it's not 12 seconds, it's only 10. Also really long, but it also fires for a very long time before you have to reload. And the Wasp, like Wasp and Hornet, you fire like pop, 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 empty, right? And then you have to spend 12-second reloading. I hate when a weapon reloads more than it shoots. This is just not very fun. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and catch you in the next videos. Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye bye.